My heart won't explode out of my chest when I'm doing it. So we're going to test the sound real quick first. I'm not singing yet, I'm just getting into it. And I have not Lamar Odom, by the way, so don't expect that. Okay, I think that might be good.
You can do
I
it.
wouldn't be nervous about it, but I'm still nervous. All right, here we go. Dear IB seniors, what to say to you? The day has come, you've made it to the end, and in just a few more weeks you'll walk across that stage. You dedicated 2 whole years to this. The IB life has challenged all of you. I hope you know you've done such amazing things, 'cause you're awesome human beings. You will make a change in our great nation. I will watch out for you and the great things you'll do, because you have a strong foundation. You will blow off the doors, making the whole world yours, and you'll take our breath away. Someday, someday, you will take our breath away. Someday, someday. Ooh. Not fun. It is not fun. Bye is not a word we want to say. I hate you all, have to go away. Life is just beginning for you. It's true. You're on your way to a new start, but you'll stay inside my heart. I know you won't be around, and though you won't be around, I swear I will be right here for you. Just know whatever you need, you can reach out to me, and I will be there for each of you. You will make a change in our great nation. I will watch out for you and the great things you'll do, because you have a strong foundation. You will blow off the doors, making the whole world yours, and you'll take our breath away. Someday, someday, you will take our breath away. Someday, someday.
One more song.
One more time for me to make a comparison for you guys to think about for the rest of your lives. So, in your hands, you have 2 things. Okay? You have a coin, and you have a gem. Right? We're going to start with the coin first. Everybody look at your coin. So, throughout history, if you look in civilizations and the growth of different areas, currency has always been something that has been available. Whether it was objects that were readily available, like sticks and rocks, whether it was things like had more meaning, like wampum, whether it was things that eventually came along, like coins or bills or things like that. Currency has existed throughout time. The big thing about currency you have to remember, though, that throughout time, is that the value of currency has always been dependent upon the view of man. How much are we willing to put worth into that piece of currency? How much are these rocks going to be worth? How much will these shells represent? What is this wampum going to do? How much are we going to make this coin? It's a dime. We'll make it 10 cents. It's a nickel. We're going to find that. All the value is really dependent upon man and man's view of that currency. When you look at things like markets, and you travel, you'll go places to exchange your money, and they'll tell you how much value it has. You know, if you have American money versus, French money versus whatever money, they'll tell you, well, the euro is doing better right now, so the euro is worth more than that dollar bill, or the pound is doing better, so the pound is worth more than this, or this and this, and it all changes, fluctuates based on man and man's view of things, and how man decides and determines how much value to give something like a coin. Now, many times in our lives, as we go through different things and we face different challenges and we're faced with different kind of things to look at, we allow the vision and view of other people to determine our worth and value. We treat ourselves like currency. We think that if someone looks at us a certain way or says a certain thing about who we are or how we dress or where we live or what we have, that determines the inherent value that makes us who we are. And we relegate ourselves to being coins and currency. And the dictates of others infiltrate our thought processes and our feelings and wholly affect the view we have about who we are. And it can be people that love us very much. And it can be strangers. And it can be people that we interact with for a short period of time or for a long period of time. But at some point, we allow those people to convince us of what we're worth. And then we do things to push ourselves, or we do things to change ourselves to meet the view of others and what they think our value is. And we become like that fluctuating currency in which other people dictate to us what our value is, what we are worth, the way in which we view ourselves, and the way in which we think we are in life and who we are in life. And they may lead us down paths we don't want to go down, or we know we shouldn't go down, or take us to places that we never would thought we would be, simply because we allow them to dictate to us who we are. And that's how we can be like coins, like currency, is when we give other people the power to determine what our value is. So put your coin down. I'll pick up your gem. Now, yes, again, in society, we place lots of value on precious gems. And we look at them to use as ornament. We use them for all different kinds of things in society, like if we're going to make a promise to wed someone, or if you want to show someone you care about them, or as a gift of recognition. And we put lots of value on those precious gems. But I want to talk about the gem before it gets to the jewelry case, or before it gets to the show floor, before it gets on someone's finger at a beach where they've knelt on a knee and asked somebody to be their bride. I want to go back to where gems begin. The beautiful gems we see on a daily basis on the commercials or at the jewelry stores or people that are wearing them to ornament themselves are not what those gems start out to look like. The majority of precious gems, the majority of those kind of jewels begin in a very rough condition. Take diamonds, for example, right? They begin in like coal-like pieces deep inside of rocks. And over all this long period of time, having pressure put upon them, they begin to change. When we find other types of gems, I remember I was in school once and we were going into the mountains and we were doing one of those little panning adventures to find, treasure. And all you really find was a bunch of pyrite and a bunch of the flaky, silvery looking stuff. But one day we were doing it, a friend of mine found this kind of ugly looking rock, and it had a little bit of this kind of reddish tone to it. And the guy that was walking around us, kind of talking to us about things, saw that she had found this, and she immediately went over to her and said, "Hey, that's pretty cool. You know what that is?" She said, "An ugly rock." He said, "That's a blood ruby." He said, "That's more of his natural state." He said, "If you take that and a gemologist, someone who can go in there and can clean it and fix it and make it all look right, that's worth a lot of money. Matter of fact, I'll give you $1,500 right now for it." She didn't sell it. She was smarter to keep it because it probably wasn't much more than that if you got to the right people and that kind of thing. But when she first looked at this thing, she thought it was just this old ugly rock with a little tiny little red dot in there. What she didn't realize is beneath all of that kind of exterior was this incredibly beautiful gem that if we had seen in a store somewhere, we'd have been like, "Oh, that's so amazingly beautiful." So gems have to go through lots of difficulty to get to where they are. They have to go through lots of pressure. They have to have lots of things put on them. They have to have so much trial and tribulation and struggle to eventually get to be that beautiful thing we see, in the stores or that we see people wear. I challenge you to think of yourself as that gem, this precious thing that in reality is priceless. That the value that it has comes from the fact that it has gone through these amazingly difficult challenges. That it has gone through the pressurized state of its existence. And that through all of those difficulties and all those things that kept it from being what it could become, it continued to develop and to change and to grow. And that even on the exterior, when it didn't always look the best, and it didn't always maybe feel the best, and it didn't always have that amazing kind of exterior, at its core, it was still this priceless, beautiful thing. Each one of you is the gem. Because you're going to go through those times in life where you feel so pressured. And you feel like it's so hard. And you look at yourself and you think, "I'm not beautiful," or "I'm not smart enough," or "I'm not strong enough," or "I can't do this." But I challenge you to believe that you can. Because during those times of hardship, it's during those times of pressure, it's during those moments in your life that you feel like you've been devastated, that what's happening is you're continually molding into the beautiful thing that you are inside. The hardships and the challenges that you have to face are the things that shape you to become what you've always been, which is beautiful. Because it doesn't matter what other people see. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter how they want to label you or how they want to determine and judge you and what they want to see in you, because ultimately, it's what you see in you. It's what you know is within you. It's the strength that's within you that makes you that beautiful individual. And you'll find that in things. You'll find it in faith. You'll find it in a passion you have for art or music or literature or math or science or whatever it is that you find yourself drawn to. Don't let others determine for you who you are or what you're worth. When you look in the mirror, be proud of the person that looks back at you. Because you're in that mirror. Because you're there. And you're still fighting. And you're still going through. And you haven't quit. And you haven't given up. And you haven't other people take away the strength that you have. Remind yourself that no matter what you feel on the exterior at times, that inside of you is that gem, is that precious, amazing thing that has always been there and that you know is there. And cultivate that part of who you are. We can't escape the world. We're in the world. And we know the world is not a great place all the time. And we know the world is full of negative. And we know the first thing people are going to want to do is put you down to make you feel bad because they feel bad. And because they don't want to have that little sad party on their own. You need to have all those other people with them. Don't let those people affect you. You're about to go off into a whole new world, a whole new adventure. You're going to leave behind everything that is comfortable to you. And it's going to be different. And it's going to change. And you're going to face all new challenges. And you're going to face all new trials. And you're going to have all new opportunities to deny yourself of the excellence that you are. You're going to have all new opportunities to have people that will come in there to make you feel different, to make you feel less, to make you feel like the person you are is not enough. When that happens, remember your gym. Look yourself in the mirror and remember that deep down inside is that precious, priceless, perfect thing that makes you who you are. And define yourself in that. Not in others. Don't be the coin. There's so many times in our lives we choose to be the coin. There's so many times in our lives that we let the coin dictate who we are and what we are. There's so many times in our lives that we think that this is what we have to be. And we put this aside and we leave it over there. And we walk through life with this. And all along the way, this changes. And then it affects us and how we feel and what we do. And we just keep this over hidden in this corner. And we forget about it. And we think, this is all I can ever be. This is all I can ever do. Because this is what they tell me. Because this is what they make me believe. But I challenge you to put away that coin in those times. And to pick that gem up. And to dig down there and remember that you are the gem. Choose to be the gem in life. Choose to be the one that stands for yourself, that believes in yourself, that knows that inside of you is something that is great. Challenge yourself to overcome those times when you're not doing what you know you should be doing. When you know you can work harder and you can do better. Remind yourself that during all that time, all you're doing is cultivating the beauty that already is inside of you. The exquisite nature of the person that you are. The excellence that you are. Don't deny it and don't hide away from it. Embrace it. Cultivate that part of who you are. Love each other. Be there for each other. Be there for the people in your lives. This is the last time that this group, in the makeup that we are, will be together. In this makeup. We'll still have graduation coming up. We'll still have some classes coming up. We'll still have little things. You'll have reunions and things like that. But these are the final moments of this group. You have been an amazing group. Last year when we all came together, I told you I was taking on that first challenge I've had in a long time of having a group for 2 years, getting to work with it. Man, did God choose a great time to bless me with a group to have for 2 years. See, you sell yourself short. I say that, and that's because you look at the coin. I've only ever sold Jim. I've watched you guys do this to yourself lots of times. Yeah, I know, Google. We were on a trip, we were trying to pray, and Google kept talking, and I was like, Google, you're not God. You're stepping over the boundary. Nothing like breaking a little bit of that with brevity, right? There's too many times you do that to yourself. There's too many times I've listened to your conversations with each other. There's too many times I've seen things you post on Twitter. There's too many times I've heard about like the things that are going on. And I wanted to kind of run over there and kind of shake you a little bit and hug you too, but also maybe be a little firm in saying things to you. But that's part of life. That's part of growing up. You have to go through those things. But in the last few years, even when you haven't been your best, even when you maybe haven't done what you knew you could have done, even when you've made some decisions that you knew you probably didn't need to make, it never changed the fact that this is who you were. That this is who you are. And that when you start believing in this, then this will start to go away. And I hope in the 2 years we've been together that I've always tried to make you feel like this. Sometimes in really funny ways, and sometimes in really heartfelt ways, and sometimes in a little more pointed ways, and tough love ways. But I hope you've always at least felt like this. Because there's enough people that are going to make you feel like this. So as we say goodbye, and you go off to other things, and you have other challenges and obstacles, you take other classes, and you grow up and you finish college, and you find that career that you really want to be a part of, and you find that person that you really want to be with, and you have the life that you really want to have. And then one day when you're sitting around with either friends or children or family, and you pull some coins out of your pocket, or you look at a ring on your finger, I hope that you'll just think about, there was this one English teacher I had one time. I can't remember his name now. But he cared enough about me to make sure that I knew that I was important, and that I was loved, and that inside of me was always greatness. Because that's the truth. Because grades don't mean anything. And GPAs don't mean anything. And yeah, some of you didn't get the college you wanted to, or you didn't get the scholarship you wanted to, or you had to make some different changes to plans you thought was going to be the perfect way of what life was going to be. Or friendships that you thought were going to last forever have faded away. Or that boyfriend or girlfriend that you thought was going to be the one has gone away. But that's what life will do. The one person that you will never ever escape in your whole life is you. And the one person that you have to be okay with for your whole life is you. And the one person you have to put that strength in is you. And choose to live the life that blesses you. And in doing so, you become strong enough to bless others. When you allow your light to shine, in the old poem, Our Deepest Fear, it says our deepest fear is that we are not good enough, but we are greater than anything we can think of. I'm paraphrasing really badly. And too often we deny ourselves the greatness that is within us because we're afraid of hurting other people's feelings. Or we deny the greatness that is within us that we have because of what other people might think. But it challenges us in that poem to allow that greatness within you to shine out. And as you shine out that greatness, you give others the opportunity to shine themselves as well. And let's face it, in a world of darkness, we need as many light shining as possible. Choose to shine your light. Don't hide it. Don't deny it. Don't marginalize or minimalize it. Embrace it. Be the gem. talked to a student the other night at the award ceremony for the sports awards ceremony. Who graduated a few years ago. And I asked her how school had gone. She said, it's gone really well.
She said, on my desk I keep my gem and my coin. When I feel like things aren't going the way to do, I look at them and I remember. And that's what I want you to do. Keep these things as a reminder that this is what life is going to throw at you. This is the things you're going to face. But you do have a choice. You have a choice. Others don't have to determine your value and worth. You have the choice to do that. And when you look at yourself, you know that you're beautiful, and that you're smart, and that you're strong, and that you can accomplish it, and you can do those things. And you know that deep down inside of you, there is strength to overcome those challenges, those obstacles. Be the gem. Make that choice. Don't give anybody else power over you to determine who you are. You take it. And you go with it. And go and make this world better. Because you can. Because you're the gem. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 2 or 3 years. 4 years. Maybe longer in other ways. Thank you for humoring me at times. Thank you for dealing with me at times. Thank you for understanding the craziness that is walsification. Thank you for sharing who you are. And thank you for being you. There are times in my life that I struggle with this, with how I look or who I am, or am I doing the right thing as a father, as a teacher. There are times when I struggle to know if I'm where I should be and doing what I should be doing. And there are hard moments sometimes when you have to come in and face the day and the challenge that go along with the job. But I'll say that for the last 2 years, and especially this year, knowing that I got to walk in here every morning, first block, and get to start my day with you, made those tough times a lot more easier. Made those difficult moments more palatable. I would tell my wife sometimes, I feel so bad today. I don't know if I can go in. And she would say, take the day off. And I'd say, I can't. Because my Ivy kids are there and they need me to be there. And I want to be there. So thank you for helping to motivate me. Because you are who you are. You have a great opportunity ahead of you to make your life what you want. A wise man made an analogy about books the other night, which I really, really enjoyed, by the way. But I'm going to kind of build on that analogy. You are writing your book right now. I'll confuse the end of the chapter with the end of the book. You're finalizing a chapter. And hell, if the first book's over, they make trilogies all the time now. Start your next book. You got to close this chapter. But the best part about what's in front of you is every single page in front of you is blank. And you get to write that story the way you want to write it. And all those pages that are behind you are written. And they don't have to affect the story that's in front of you. book that you want to write. Be the character that you want to be. You guys are awesome. And you're not going to hear the last of me. There's still going to be quotes on the pages of Twitter. There's still going to be little Facebook things, and you'll probably get little texts here and there. And please know that whenever you need something, all you have to do is send a message. Come and visit, say hello. If I never talk to you again, it's okay. Because you're always here. And I'll be able to say, I knew that person when you're making some incredible thing happen in the world. And I'll say, yeah, I taught her. Or I taught him. I knew back then they were great. The rest of the world had to catch up to me. Can't do anymore. Beloved, you're amazing. Thank you for coming and doing this, for coming in the morning and being here and sharing that. You French people.
We give up on
Is it I don't know.
That's how you say bye?
All right.